The title of my installation is The Dream Forest. I called it the Dream Forest because I wanted to create a magical, whimsical space that doesn't necessarily sit in reality, but doesn't not sit in reality. So it's kind of like when you're dreaming, and when you're dreaming, you are here in this space, but you are somewhere else. So I think that that's why I wanted it to be called that. So the show is about going on a ancient, whimsical, fantastical journey through the Dream Forest, where you encounter these ancient beings. It's about finding happiness and the different steps that it takes to being happy. I created the Dream Forest because I am fascinated by magical things, and so I wanted the theme of it to be extremely magical. I created it so that when people go into the Dream Forest, they are thrown into a pattern interrupt into their daily lives and get to experience something that they've never experienced before. What I'm trying to say with my installation is that the world may seem kind of scary and reality may seem a certain way, but that the curiosity and the wonder and fantasy and love and all that stuff still exists within us. And I think that if we're taken out of the normal scope of what it is that we think the world is about, or what it is that we think is normal, and you get thrown into this place that is completely fantastical, that you start to question some of those things that maybe you believe. And so my room is about taking that journey into a different place where all there is love and joy and beauty and happiness, and that's what it's about. It's about reaching that place within all of us. The show is geared towards anybody that is looking for happiness. It's geared towards anybody that's been looking for happiness outside of themselves, anybody that's been looking for happiness within themselves, just happiness in general. And obviously during the show, the beings, the ancient beings that are there, will give you their 2 cents on what it means to be happy. I'm hoping that people will enjoy themselves when they walk through the space, that that childlike wonder will come out, that they feel a little bit giddy going through the space. And I hope that the beings coming to life and talking to them, you know, I want the room to be thought-provoking. I want the room to be fun. I want the room to be whimsical. So I want people to walk away with a lasting experience, something that maybe gets them to think a little bit more about happiness. I would describe the art in my installation as something that could seem kind of dark. Apparently that's a theme that goes with me, like where something could seem like it's supposed to be scary, but the feeling that you get from it is not scary. I think that there is a benefit to creating something that is different, not necessarily the norm as far as pretty, you know, something that might be scary, because it causes people to stop for a moment. You know, it takes them out of their element, and then they have to actually observe the piece. It's like hearing a noise and getting startled, and then you look and identify whether or not it's a threat. And I feel that that's what I like to do with my art. I like to create something that may startle them at first, but then when they look deeper, they realize that it's not a threat, that it's actually quite the opposite. To me, art is self-expression. Art is a language. Art is simply another way to be able to communicate something, something important, and for the most part, something that words cannot even begin to explain. You're able to do with art in very, very subtle ways, or in very, very impactful ways. Just like music, poetry, any literature, art is just another way of describing what's going on within, what's going on in the soul of the artist or the observer. Some of the challenges that I ran into with this installation was, one, the space. Two, the fact that I have never done anything quite like this before, so I was challenged a lot by my own self-doubt. One of the other challenges that I run into was the weather. Because a lot of this project was so large, we had to work on it outside, so sometimes it was like 130 degrees outside, I am not lying, and sometimes it was raining when we needed it not to rain. Luckily though, a lot of these challenges got overcome. I mean, the animatronics was a challenge too, but I had Clee there with me the whole way working on my room as I was working with her on her room, and our friends helped out, so a lot of challenges were met and succeeded, let's say. You know, we beat those challenges. I primarily work on very, very small things. I did do a Nature of Being sculpture, which was relatively big. The difference is this is a huge project. The room is 30 feet by, I want to say 20 feet. So, and it involves 5 rooms. I want people to walk away from this experience with just a flame in their heart of the adventure that they just went on. So my installation, my room, is called The Dream Forest, and it is currently running at the Happy Art Tour, or that, which will be running November 1st through December 31st in Pensacola, downtown. If you look it up, you could purchase tickets online. And yeah, I hope you guys experience it if you're here in Pensacola.